Chapter 3 The Courtship. 4 of them met in the great council room of the castle. Prince Humperdinck, his confidant, Count Rugen, his father, aging King Lorthron, and Queen Bella, his evil stepmother. Queen Bella was shaped like a gumdrop, and colored like a raspberry. She was easily the most beloved person in the kingdom, and she had been married to the king long before he began mumbling. Prince Humperdinck was but a child then, and since the only stepmothers he knew were the evil ones from stories, he always called Bella that, or ES for short. "All right," the prince began when they were all assembled. "Who do I marry? Let's pick a bride and get it done." Aging King Lorthon said, I've been thinking it's really getting to be about time for Humperdinck to pick a bride." He didn't actually so much say that as mumble it. I've been mumble, hump mumble, enge mumble. Queen Bella was the only one who bothered fretting out his meanings anymore. "You couldn't be righter, dear," she said, and she had patted his royal robes. "What did he say?" "He said whoever we decide on will be getting a thunderously handsome prince for a lifetime companion." "Tell him he's looking quite well himself," the prince returned. "We only just changed Miracle Men," the queen said. "That accounts for the improvement." "You mean you fired Miracle Max?" Prince Humperdinck said. "I thought he was the only one left." "No, we found another one up in the mountains, and he's quite extraordinary. Old, of course, but then, who wants a young Miracle Man?" "Tell him I've changed Miracle Men," King Lorthon said. It came out. Tell mumble. What did he say? The prince wondered. "He said a man of your importance couldn't marry just any princess." True, Prince Humperdinck said. He sighed deeply. "I suppose that means Nerina." "That would certainly be a perfect match, politically," Count Rugen allowed. Princess Nerina was from Gilder, the country that lay just across Floryn Channel. In Gilder, they put it differently for them. Floryn was the country on the other side of the channel of Gilder. In any case, the two countries that had stayed alive over the centuries maintained by wearing on each other. There had been the Olive War, the Tuna War, fish discrepancy, which almost bankrupted both nations, the Roman Rift, which did send them both into insolvency, only to be followed by the Discord of the Emeralds, in which they both got rich again, chiefly by banding together for a brief period and robbing everybody within sailing distance. "I wonder if she hunts, though," said Humperdinck. "I don't care much about personality, just so that they're good with a knife." "I saw her several years ago," Queen Bella said. "She seemed lovely, though hardly muscular. I would describe her more as a knitter than a doer. But then again, lovely." "Skin?" asked the prince. "Marble-ish," answered the queen. "Lips? Number of color?" asked the queen. "Color, yes. Rose-ish. Cheeks the same. Eyes largish, one blue, one green." Said Humperdinck. "And form?" "Hourglass-ish. Always clothed divinishly, and of course famous throughout Gilder for the largest hat collection in the world." "Well, let's bring her over here for some straight orchestrations and have a look at her," said the prince. For some state occasions and have a look at her," said the prince. "Isn't there a princess in Gilder that would be almost the right age?" said the king. It came out. "Are you never wrong?" said Queen Bella, and she smiled into the weakening eyes of her ruler. "What did he say?" wondered the prince. "That I shall leave this very day with an invitation," replied the queen. So began the great visit of the Prince Nerina. Me again. All the cuts in this version, I feel most justified in making this one. Just as the chapters on whaling and Moby Dick can be omitted by all, but the punishment-loving readers, so the packing scenes that Morgenstern details here are really best left alone. That's what happens for the next 56 pages of The Princess Bride. Packing. I include unpacking scenes in the same category. What happens is just this. Queen Bella packs most of her wardrobe, 11 pages, then travels to Gilder, 2 pages. In Gilder she unpacks, 5 pages, then tenders the invitation to Prince Nerina, 1 page. Prince Nerina accepts, 1 page. Then Princess Nerina packs all her clothes and hats, 23 pages. And together, the princess and the queen travel back to Florin for the annual celebration of the foundation of Florin City, 1 page. They reach King Lorathon's castle, where Prince Nerina is shown her quarters, half page, and unpacks all the same clothes and hats we've just seen her pack, 1.5 pages before 12 pages. It's a baffling passage. I spoke to Professor Borino of Columbia University. He heard of their Florinese department, and he said that this was the most delicately satiric chapter in the entire book. Morgenstern's point, apparently, being simply to show that although Florin considered itself vastly more civilized than Gilder, Gilder was, in fact, the far more sophisticated country, as indicated by the superiority in number and quality of the ladies' clothes. I'm not about to argue that with a full professor, but if you ever have a really unbreakable case of insomnia, do yourself a favor and start reading chapter 3 of the uncut version. Anyway, things picked up a bit once the prince and princess met the same day. Nerina did have, as advertised, marble-ish skin, rosish lips, and cheeks, largish eyes, 1 blue, 1 green, hourglass form, and easily the most extraordinary collection of hats ever assembled. Wide-brimmed and narrow, some tall, some not, some fancy, some colorful, some plaid, some plain. She dotted on changing hats at every opportunity. When she met the prince, she was wearing 1 hat. When she asked for a stroll, she excused herself, shortly to return wearing another, equally flattering. Things went on like this throughout the day, but it seemed to me to be a bit much court etiquette for modern readers. So it's not till the evening meal that I returned to the original text.